Okay, welcome to my journey. I apologize for looking like a haint. We've been in the garden, and oh boy, we got corn today. You know, we had trouble with our corn, and we had to plant it like 3 times, and so it's in staggered stages. And we got 2 bags, like my little shopping bags. We got 2 bags of corn. Me and David walked down through there and he'd look. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh yeah. He's so excited. He said he's anxious to see if they cross-pollinate him, because that's what he was wanting them to do. He said he gets his best sweet corn. Now we planted Silver Queen, which is what I grew up on. I grew up eating Silver Queen corn. Then we got something called Golden Queen, which neither one of us ever tried. And he said, let's try them both. And he said he wanted to plant them every other one because he wanted them to cross-pollinate, because he said some of the best, sweetest corn he's ever got was cross-pollinated corn. So he said he's anxious to see, once it's shucked, if it's two-toned, you know, because it should be. But we got a lot off the first 2 rows, not completely, nowhere near finished. And then we got 3 rows that, those are the last of the 3 plantings, and they were all planted at the same time. They're all the same size. The silks are all the same color. They're turning. It's not going to be but a few days, I think, until they're all ready. I said me and Holly's going to be in the corn shucking business. I'm going to be in the corn shucking business today because we got a lot. I put a bunch of tomatoes that still orange because we're still getting blossom rot. Now, I don't know if some of the rot was on the green tomato, and as it turned orange, the blossom rot got bigger and bigger, or if it blossom rotted as it turns orange, because I don't know nothing about it. But I just feel like not taking a chance and letting them turn nice and pretty and red. But I'm getting enough to where I'm going to have to do something with them. I'm going to have to just count them along. We got tons of green ones. They're just not turning very quickly. And there's a bazillion cherry tomatoes, which I don't know what we're going to do. I just don't. I don't think Jacob can eat that many. But I'm going to have to maybe do my tomatoes a little along as they ripen, because I don't want them to go to waste, and we can't eat that many, and I know Holly and them can't. So I think I'm just going to can them all in pints instead of quarts, because I use pints of tomatoes more than I use quarts. And if I make my 1 pot sketty that uses a quart of home canned tomatoes, it's the only best way to make it, then I can just use 2 pints, same difference. But then I won't have a quart jar when I only need like 1 can's worth, and then have to put it in the fridge. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll end up having to buy more jars, because when I make my chow chow, they go in pints, and I don't have that many pints. So I got some little odd shaped jars. I might put my chow chow in them. I got nothing else to put in them. I can put jellies and things, but chow chow will be fine. So I thought I'd bring you along. I got a bunch of stuff done yesterday. I made my list, like I said, and the list just kept growing and growing. I put more stuff on it this morning, and I got a lot done yesterday, but I still got a whole lot to do today. So I'll bring you along. We'll shuck us some corn. Now I am tired and hot, and I want to listen to my music and eat my crackers and drink my tea. So see you at the house. Here is our corn we got today. This is our first batch of corn, and you're just gonna have to listen to Caroline in the background, because I can't see it. I can hear it.
They often use children's paintings to assess the time of year.
We'll take the husk and till them back into the garden. So that's what I'm going to just put it all on this sheet. Look at that little worm. You need to go. I'll just put it back on the sheet and just drag the sheet down there. And this would just be my corn sheet. I remember one time, back when they had the garden down there. Oh, yeah, here's a little one. It was, I think it was his mama that called me and said, there's some corn down here. I went down there and drug home a bedspread full of corn. I mean, that bed, they took the bedspread, had to, out in the garden, and harvested it. Because I just loaded that bedspread up and come home and went into the, see, all these little tops like that. I can probably cut them off now. To be honest with you. I know. Don't cut my finger. David was curious if they cross-pollinated and turned like half white and half, I can't hardly do this and talk at the same time, half white and half yellow, but so far everything's just been yellow. But we got so convoluted in our planting that we really don't know what we have planted where, because you know how it didn't come up and then we planted more. So by then we were just planting the corn we had left, not to waste it, and it was going the same rows. I wish I could find the white one. I don't know which rows these came off of. I think that's a pretty good haul of corn for our first harvest, and that wasn't even 2 full rows. That was just partial along 2 different rows. So hopefully we're gonna have a lot of corn this year. Now let's go over here and see if we can get some of these silks off. Well, I got my big canner pot on the stove. That's what I'm gonna blanch my corn in. Now I ain't looked it up. I don't know if they still say blanch your corn or not, but that's how I was raised to do it. That's how I'm doing it. If blanching stops the process of aging or whatever for squash, then stands to reason it would do the same for corn. Now, I thought I had bought a smaller vegetable brush. I could have swore I did, but I found this is brand new, because you know I buy up extras, and so this has not been washed on with anything. Had been, it's new. God, spit it out. So I am going to try to get as much of this silk off as I can, and then when that water comes up to the ball, we will blanch this stuff. Okay, I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but I have my sink, clean sink, filling up with ice water. I bought a couple bags of ice at Food Line on my way home today, because if you blanch it and you don't get it good and cooled off, and you leave it stored somewhere, like while you're working, it'll sour on you. And you can put it in the freezer and bring it back out when you thaw it, it will be soured. Trust me, that happened to my mama. So I'm very careful now to get my corn cooled off. And you don't want to overload the sink so that it can't all cool off. Now this was balling up real good with the lid on it. But you can see, I think I might can get away with let me see that sink. I might can get away with half and half. I'm going to blanch this for 2 minutes, but I am going to see if I can get the ball to come back a little bit before I start counting my time. Okay, it's bubbling. So I'm gonna count that. I'm gonna do this for 2 minutes. Okay, it's been 2 minutes. I'm gonna put it over here in this drainer that I have inside a bowl to kind of catch some of that hot water if it can, so I don't add it to the sink if possible. Okay, we are gonna put the lid back on this, let it come back up to the bowl. It can be doing that while we're over here. Here is my ice water. You can see the ice melted. I had half a bag, but I was telling David when I was running cold water earlier, I said, you can't get cold water this time of year. We have to wait till winter time to get cold water. And you want cold water when it's hot outside. But yeah, that heat, boy, it heats that water up. Let's see, that might not look like much, but that is enough to add too much extra heat that we don't need. Now this, we're gonna let this soak long enough to actually get cold. We're not just gonna cool it, we're gonna make it cold. So we don't have to worry about how long it takes our water to come back up to the bowl, because it'll take this, let me see. See, the water's cold, but the corn's not completely cold. So it's just got the soak. Okay, my corn is cold. And normally I would change the water. I would let this water out and put fresh water in. But the water that's left behind from this corn is actually colder than what comes from the tap. So I'm just going to add the rest of the bag of ice to this to make sure it's extra cold. Now where I'm going to put it is over here. This is over here at my semi-permanent canning station. It's permanent for the summer until we stop having things to can. I was not going to drag it up and down the steps from the big room, so I just leave them sitting over here on my bar, my island, my peninsula. And I have a big bowl over here with all my canning implements in it, and that's that. It's very convenient. And listen, I like convenience. I'm lazy. I ain't trying to lie about it. Honey, you're standing there. Do you think I'm lazy?
Not quite.
All right, so let's go over there, and I will do the other batch, or the other half, do the exact same thing, and we'll bag it up here shortly. Got my other batch in the sink cooling. Now we're going to start bagging this up, and then this will be out of the way for the other. And I'm not going to bag it in like meal portions. I'm just going to bag it until the bag's full, and we can just take out whatever we want. I think that's the best way to do it. I would shrink wrap it, but I don't want too much at one time, and I think I'll be wasting too much of the rolls of plastic bag just for 3 ears of corn, because that's what we eat, 3 ears of corn. Let's see. Okay, I think that's all I'll put in that one. Well, let me see. Let me see what goes in this next one. I think we got a good haul for our first corn. Don't you, honey?
I think it's really good. Yeah.
I'd be excited to eat it.
Me too.
You know, it's my birthday. It's my birthday today. I'm 62 now. And I was not going to cook on my birthday. But when we started picking corn, I said, well, I guess I'll have to cook. So.
We bought some corn and still got it.
Yeah. I'm going to freeze it all to make sure it's fresh, because this is fresh frozen. It'll be just like it came out of the garden. And this way it won't sit in the refrigerator and get hard, because you know how the sugars will do. Listen, these bags from BJ's are not the bestest bags ever, and I got that good deal on them. I thought surely they'd be. You have to kind of pick one in to start better. But I think it's best to go ahead and get them in the freezer, then they're fresh, instead of sitting in there with their sugars doing the thing that they do and hardening them up. So this will keep them good and fresh. So there's 1, 2. Listen, and we got at least 2 more bags. So if the other ones, if that corn is good, they're loaded. If that corn's good, we're going to have a lot of corn this year.
Yeah. We still got, what, 2 more full rows plus part of the other?
We have partial, 2 rows that are partial each, and 3 full rows. So there is the first 2 bags, and then the other ones I'm just going to do the same way. So I don't know what's coming up next. Okay, I'm going to start in this freezer. You can't see everything because I can't get the angle, but this will give you an idea of what we got going on here. And I'm going to take my inventory to make sure it's updated. Now, I don't know where to start. Let's open up this broccoli because I keep these bag vegetables in the door. Okay, these go, oh, you know what? David ordered these. I said, we didn't get them. So I got a refund. They accidentally got caught up with something else put in the freezer. Okay, there's a hard block of, okay. These are French fries, hash browns, French fries. This chicken's going over here in the meat freezer. We'll look at it in a minute. Okay, I got bread. And I think we will put I keep forgetting I have ice cream down here. Okay. Let's see. There's the pierogies. Okay, this is my collection of nuts and coconut and stuff. So let's put our fruit on top of that. But here I have little bags of strawberries that me and Holly went picking. There is some red raspberries and some cherries and some blueberries. So that will be where we put our fruit. Now I think, whew, my hands are cold. Let that one fit right there. Okay. I'm gonna put all that bread right there, if I can. And I'm gonna put my pickles. Nope, that ain't gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna put my pickles right here. Because we're fixing to make some more, and I can't decide if we're gonna put them in the freezer or in the fridge. Because I don't really have room in either place. This is a spaghetti sauce. I'm almost positive. So we're gonna put it there. Now, I think I'm gonna make my corn up here. We're going to have a lot of corn to come. This I'm going to put over in the meat freezer. Let me just put that there. And then let's see. I think I got room over in the... Let's just throw our butter right here. And then... There's David's. I'm going to put his cream potatoes in there with the french fries. We'll just leave the pierogies right there. Okay. Let me take a inventory. So I gotta... Okay, you can't really see the whole thing. So there's the top, bottom, and then over here. So I think I'm gonna leave everything over here. Oh, there's my canned foods, what I have canned already. I think I'm gonna leave everything like it is here. I like the way it's organized. I'm just gonna take a good inventory. I got a whole bunch of squash for casseroles, and I got 2 casseroles right there that I already made. I have my breaded squash in the door, like hot dogs, pot pies. I have a shelf down here that's like chicken ready to go in the air fryer. Okay, well then, you've seen this freezer. I'm just going to take an inventory, and then I'm going to go in there and bag up the rest of my corn, since I have somewhere to put it now. Okay, we are making another pickle. This one is a refrigerator pickle. So, no canning involved. I have one that you have to let the cucumbers sit in the refrigerator overnight, do all that. I don't feel like it. I'm going to do this one. So, I have a cup, and I'm tripling it because I'm making it in this half-gallon ball jar. So I think a third of this will be enough for a quart jar, but I'm trying to make sure I have enough for this one. We'll see. So anyway, I have 1.5 cups of water and 3 cups of vinegar. I'm just using apple cider. 3 cups of sugar and a tablespoon of salt. And of course I'm going to use cannon salt because that's what I have, and it should be good for this. I personally wouldn't put a tablespoon for if you're doing a quart. I would probably do a teaspoon. So that's what that equals. That equals a teaspoon per recipe. So we're just going to cook this until that sugar dissolves and it comes up to the boil. And in the meantime, I'm going to come over here and slice our cucumbers. So even though our cucumbers they look like they're dying, we're still getting plenty of cucumbers. These were some I had left up the other day that I had washed. And I just sliced them up, so I'm going to add them. And we will reuse this. We will wash it. And then, let's see, where is my knife? I didn't even pull my camera over showing you. This is what I already had chopped. So we're gonna, I'm not gonna get out the, what are those things called? You know, the thing I usually slice, I guess you just call it a vegetable slicer? I don't know, but we're just gonna chop until we slice, I should say, until we get a full jar. Okay, I beat it down so I can get a little bit more in there. Okay, and I'm going to drop in, let's see, let's just do 2 teaspoons of celery seed. And then let me get my funnel. Let's see. I knew I wasn't going to pour good. Oh, we might have enough to do a quart jar. Oh, you don't have to worry about headspace. I just want to make sure everything's covered. Looky there. Let's wipe what I spilled. Now, you can eat this when you want to, but I personally would wait at least a month for it to even act like a pickle. So let me get a quart jar and finish this. Oh yeah, let's do a quart jar. We're not going to need pickles for ever. I won't need to plant cucumbers next year because I'm still going to have pickles left. Okay, well, let's see. I'll put 1 teaspoon in this, since this is half as much as the other. And then let's cross our fingers that we have enough liquid. Am I the only one that can't pour out of a pot? Well, that's not bad. That I can live with losing that much. That is not enough to save. Whew. That's awful. That's awful full right there. All right, let me clean this up. All right, here are our refrigerator pickles. I'm determined to not let this stuff go to the waste. So I hope we can eat all these pickles. So let me show you what I still got left to work with. Okay, tomatoes. I'm not gonna do anything with those. I'll just set them over here on the bar. I still got this much squash. I'm gonna save some to fry. I got this much okra. I don't know if I can fry that much in before it starts turning, or if I need to put some in the freezer. But I've still got this is just from today. This and most of the cucumbers, half and half cucumbers were from today, and then all that corn. So when you have it in the basket, you think you didn't get nothing. Then you come home, you wash it, and you lay it out, and you're like, oh boy, I got some stuff today. So I've been doing this every other day since Holly's been gone. That garden has really taken off. So, oh gosh, I don't know. Just stay tuned. All right, we are in the car. Whatever I did last, I got the kitchen all cleaned up. I didn't do anything with the squash. I decided I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and we're just going to eat on it. And then, same with the okra. We're going to eat on it, and if it looks like it even thinks it wants to turn, I'm going to pop it in the freezer. I'm going to do it just like I did my squash for frying. I'm going to slice it, I'm going to roll it in cornmeal mix, throw it in a freezer bag. That's my plan with my okra. Depends on how much we get, if we'll eat it or if we'll have some to freeze. I don't know. I don't know how the okra's going to work, but you saw we got a good little bit today, and there's plenty still on there. But why we're in the car is because we're going to eat for my birthday. I didn't have to cook. We're going to, guess where? Okay, I'm gonna give y'all just a minute. Where do I like to eat? Sonny's. Raise your hand if you guessed. Sonny's or Whataburger? but I felt like Sonny's today, so we're actually going to eat in the restaurant. Used to, they would give you coupons. Remember that, honey?
Yep.
You get real good coupons for your birthday, up to $17 or something, and that was enough to get the biggest plate they had.
I mean, you can get like a 3-meat combo plate and all that with 2 sides.
I'm probably gonna say, hey. I can't get this thing twisted. I don't know if I've played with it, but we kind of did that at the stoplight because I forgot to let my phone behind me. But I just want to tell you that's where we're going, and I'll show you what I'm gonna get. I always get ribs, always, no exception. There's no exception except today. I feel like I want something different. I told David I'm 62 now. I'm matured. So I don't know what I want. I really don't. But I'll show you what we get. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna crank the air back up because it is hotter than 40. Let me just tell you. Okay. See you, Sonny's. Okay. So David ordered a side salad. Put your hand up there. Look how big. That's a side salad. Isn't that thing huge? Can you do it, honey?
What?
Eat that and everything else.
I think I can.
Okay, so here's what I got. My ribs are under here. There's my little baby backs. And David got the beans, and of course I got the French fries and the bread because I love it. And David got double wings, sweet potato. The side salad. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and my baked beans. So that's what we're eating. So I'm gonna hush up and eat. Well, I didn't close out my video last night because when we got home from Sonny's, I put on my gown tail and sat down and watched Criminal Minds. So I went to bed with the chickens. The chickens probably stayed up later than me. I was so tired from yesterday. I was just so tired. So anyway, I thought I'd come on and tell you that I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to bring you along today because I got a lot of stuff to do, but it's just like house stuff, nothing to film. So that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you when I see you.